The final theory of self-disclosure that we're going to discuss is the Jahari Window. And the Jahari Window helps us to understand what parts of ourselves are open, hidden, blind, or unknown. And as you can see from the chart here, there are two axes that this information exists on. The x-axis is the information that we know about ourselves, or the information that we don't know about ourselves. And the y-axis, or the vertical axis, is information that others know or don't know about us. And as a result, we come up with four selves. We have the open self, the hidden self, the blind self, and the unknown self. Let's start with the open self. The open self is information about you that both you and others know. So this is information that is openly known. And the amount of information that is openly known about you varies based on relational context. So for example, your friends may know different information about you than your family does. But there's always going to be certain elements of ourselves that we openly and honestly share with others pretty easily. So for example, we might share with others that we love reading, or that we like playing video games, or that we love Disney, or stuff like that, right? But the open self is information that you and your relational partner know about yourself. Hidden information the hidden self is information that you know about yourself, but that others don't know. So you know it, others don't. And when we engage in self-disclosure, we are actually moving information from the hidden self to the open self, right? We are transitioning from one self to the other. And there are several different valid reasons that we might be hiding information from another person. Maybe we haven't been in a relationship long enough with that individual to tell them something, right? An example of a trait that somebody might hide is if they are a member of the LGBTQ community. They might not feel comfortable outing themselves in particular situations. And so they know that they are gay or bi or trans or whatever that identity is, but they don't tell that information openly to others right off the bat, right? So they know the information, but that information is unknown to others. The blind self is information about you that you don't know, but that others do know. And that might sound a little bit confusing. How is it that others can know something about me that I don't know about me? And this is because it has to do with others' perceptions of us a lot of the time. So, for example, we might be unaware of the fact that others see us as being pushy, or as a leader, or as well organized. And so we don't see ourselves that way necessarily, but others might see us that way. So we don't know that we're pushy, but others see us as being pushy. And so in order to move items from the blind self to the open self, we should do things like engage in perception checking and solicit feedback from trusted sources. But the blind self is basically just information that we can't see about ourselves. It's information that you don't know, but that others do know about you. And then finally, we have the unknown self. The unknown self is information about you that neither you nor others know. So this is information that you were not aware of, and the information that your relational partner was not aware of. So maybe, for example, you didn't know that you snore. And so you go to a sleepover, or you have your first night over with a new partner, and you spend the whole night snoring, unbeknownst to you. And your partner or your friend wakes you up in the morning and they're like, "Man, you were snoring all night." And you're like, "No, I wasn't. I don't snore." And they're like, "Yeah, you were." And so this was information that you were not aware of in yourself, and your partner was also not aware of it until they heard you snoring. And so in order for that information to move from the unknown self to the open self, we have to become more self-aware and expose ourselves to more new experiences and get out of our comfort zones. So to recap, the Jahari window has 4 selves: open, hidden, blind, and unknown. The open self is information about you that both you and others know. The hidden self is information about you that you know, but others don't know. The blind self is information about you that you don't know, but others do. And the unknown self is information that neither you or others know.